Not that he can, but remember at the end of the tenure of Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra, it got a little contentious. Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler, it got way too contentious. You need to go to a situation and a coach in which you can't plug. And I'm also thinking a team has enough pieces that won't be completely depleted and hemorrhaged if you acquire Kevin Durant. The dilemma often when Kevin Durant shows up, you've got to hemorrhage the future of the organization because you got to get rid of so many pieces. Remember, we talked about it with the Phoenix Suns. You have to get rid of Cam Johnson. You have to get rid of Mikal Bridges. So now, all of a sudden, the team that Kevin Durant was showing up to was not the same 60-win team from the 2 previous years. It was a completely different team. So long as I can keep Alfred, Shane Lou, and you get Kevin Durant, at least I feel competent in the future of that team going forward. You know what I mean? Let me keep the twin constant. Sure, at least I can feel competent of that team going forward. Y'all can take Green. Y'all can take some future first-round picks. But I need to go to a team with a coach that I can't pump because, truth be told, Jimmy Butler and Aaron Spoelstra, things are getting real dicey, and Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler, things are getting real dicey. But at least Ime Udoka is the type of coach who I wish you would. That his whole energy is, I wish you would. I wish you would. That to me is a much better fit for KD at this juncture in time. It's who would the Suns even want from the Heat? If you take a hero, then you ain't doing nothing. And if you take a Bam, you're doing something.
You're not saying Bam. I think you're setting the paying price a little too high. Because here's the thing that we know about superstars. When they say this is where I want to go, then the team that's trading them makes the best deal possible. So if I have to give up a Tyler Hero and whatever, and the other part is yes, Miami would have to give up a couple pieces from what they have. They don't have a lot to spare. But what Miami has demonstrated to me is that they're able to take guys that you haven't played at and build teams that can get there. I mean, that's what they did with Jimmy Butler. They had Jimmy Butler, and then they had a bunch of guys that you've never heard of, and they end up in the finals. So you're telling me I got Bam Adebayo, and I got KD as my starter kit, and I got to fill in around from that? If I'm going to give up behind Jamie Yapez, then so be it. I just trust Spo's ability to make more out of less. And again, for where KD is, this is why I hesitate with the Rockets. Because you're saying, we have to see second best record in the West. Are you really elevating us to the point where we go, KD, you're the difference thing? Or are you just the finishing piece? In case it's being made, it's just the finishing piece. I hold KD in higher regard than that. I want you to be the reason.
I'll say this. James, they both live in one of those. You know what I'm saying? Y'all play hide and seek with me. Y'all lose definitely. You never find me. Anyway, first of all, I would not go to the hood to play hide and go seek. You want me to start knocking on random houses in the hood? You want me to start searching under random cars in the hood? That sounds like a knocking on doors. Yeah, like listen. Hey, hide and seek. Yo, we all outside. Hey, that's okay.
But still, I'm walking into somebody's backyard. I ain't in the hood.
That's the same. The hood stink, dog. That's the same. You stink, bro. You said that. Let me start bringing up. First of all, Kevin Durant's not in his mid-career, his early career. He's at the end of his career, right? And everybody that talks about the Miami Heat culture, nobody's clear. You know why? Because Pat rises them up. It's like, I want your guy, I want his circle, everything. I watch LeBron James, I watch D-Wade, I watch Antonio Walker, I watch Shaq. Who else gonna listen? Jimmy Buckets, they all don't have a lot of good things to say. They all respect Pat Riley. But bro, we ain't trying to listen to me now. Right? Take about cookies and rubber. And then with the Rockets, the Rockets was a good one, right? Because I think he went to Rockets, right? Even though, he come back and lost on him, he became a champion. So you just what you want to say? I'm a champion. The conference is different. And I like the Rockets. I did like that one. They younger. I just think he needs to play with some elite talent. I think that really good team. I don't see elite talent anywhere. I see them guys that can become elite talent. Phoenix, how did that go? I don't know why he goes elite. I see how he looked. Devin Booker, he had a league here. Is he score? How we going to answer, right? The Spurs. Yo, Darren Fox has my player. And you got Whitby. And Stephon also on the right? Rick was right here. Yeah, so come on now, don't make it upset if you cool. So that's what this team to grow. You talk about making your picture. It's probably his last big payday. Yeah. So Texas, you lived it, you know what's going with that. And then the 10 games. I don't want to say this because it might sound crazy, but the next 3-4 years, he might be the best player in the league. His mercy, I can shoot threes, I can block, I can protect the paint, I can score. You put him with Kevin Durant on the pick and roll, oh my God. And then Darren Fox pick and roll with Steph Curry and KD.
Who's setting all that up? Who's putting him in the pick and roll? Who's picking the Aaron Fox and KD and
you saw the coach,
who's organized?
Fox still there too. Fox he's still that dude. He's still in the line. I will say this though, he's not gonna be on site. That's a good point. When I look at the Thunder, that was my question. You think this team will be that good? Who's the coach? Who's the coach? And when I watch him, right? Everybody keeps saying how the head coach for the Thunder is being outcoached by the head coach from the Pacers. And right now it's 2-2. They about to go home. They go up 3-2.
How many years?
So what I'm saying, all I'm saying is this. Looking under in basketball compared to football, I think coaching is way more effective in football than in basketball. Because you got 3-4 superstar players really good. No, I thought the 10 minutes probably will work out in the right way. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you this on the game. Listen. I've watching big songs of dope. 76. Like, how many examples do I have to give? Slow down. It's not working out. No. Real quick, James, I got this. Go ahead. First of all, who'd you just say? The Sixers? I said the 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, hold on. See, here's the problem, though, right? When you want to go for the coach, let's look at the players first. James Harden. Which one? You saying 2 teams? I can't do all 4. So, who'd you say first? I was going to get 2. I just got to give you, I'm giving you a lot of examples. What I'm saying is, you want to Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving was missing games because stuff he wanted to do. That had nothing to do with coaching. James Harden, he wasn't really playing at all. The only one that was playing was Kevin Durant. So, when you want to get a coach, you got to get the players first. I mean, I'm what you say. James chime in. I mean, I'm gonna shake you on this. I don't. But number one, I think that the Spurs don't have a lot to give up, and you're not giving up the big 3. So you know that those dudes are going to be there. You're gonna have Fox. You're gonna have Wendy. You're gonna have KD build around them. I don't know what the Rockets is gonna have to give up. They're gonna want some of them young players. Can KD cover all that up? Because KD hasn't shown that other than the Warriors that he can cover all that up. With the Heat, you probably going to have to give up a hero, some first-round pick stuff. Can he cover all that up? I don't know. And then expectations. If he goes with Wemby and Fox to the West right now, the expectations of a team that didn't go to the playoffs, 2 of their star players got hurt, they're not really high. So people can't really come up here and kill KD like we want to kill because the expectations are high. And then not only that, it's fit for me. You got a dude that's going to protect the rim and can score at will. No, man. You got another dude in De'Aaron Fox who can go get a bucket on his own and make people better. And then you added Kevin Durant and whatever pieces you put around him. I don't know how it's not the Spurs. I really don't know. If I'm Kevin Durant and all 3 of them coaches came and they offered the same deal and they said, we're going to give up 2 first-round picks or whatever, and I don't know how it's not the Spurs. Because I think the Spurs is the best chance to go out here and compete for a championship. I really do.
Who the Spurs right now has come anywhere close to winning a championship?
Well, the man's still up there. I told you he looked through the glass.
Come on.
I do. Pop in that building, he looking through the glass. And KD gonna be there, he won too.
I know Bam Adebayo knows how to get to the front. I know Evan Spoelstra knows how to get to the front. Like, I know that culture, that existing culture, knows how to get to the finals because they just did it. I can't say that about the Houston Rockets and that right now. Fred VanVleet, yeah, I have a lot of respect for him, but he's like, and even a lot of respect for him. The rest of those cats, like, I just don't. I don't know that Houston and San Antonio are.
Okay, so I'm going to teach y'all the rules of how people.
Does your name start with one of the letters appearing on the screen right now? If it does, you don't want to miss this video.
Right now, we're witnessing one of the best finals that we've seen in years. This is simply always going to happen. I've come to realize this is simply just sports, and I'm glad I have no hoops team. But outside of that, the matchups, the benches, the unsung heroes, everything about this finals is extremely enjoyable for me. Still, in the midst of probably the best finals that we've seen this decade, the NBA is always going to be ran by storylines. Team sports in general is always going to be situational. Where you get drafted, where you spend the majority of your career, the management surrounding your career. All these factors ultimately dictate how you're viewed. If OKC wins, best believe Shea is going to be in this combo now. He already is. Does he deserve to be? Absolutely. Is he the best player in the world to me? No. He plays on a perfect team that fits what he does well. But this, to me, is the other ugly side of ring culture. Now, more than ever, it's become like this immense pressure for superstars not only to win one ring, but multiple rings in an age and a CBA that doesn't even really support that. I think this playoffs, more than any playoffs I've ever seen in my entire life, it showed how the modern age of basketball is the definition of it being a team sport and a general manager-based sport. The two teams in the NBA Finals right now feel like the two deepest teams in the NBA. If you look at the top 15 players in this playoffs as far as usage rate, only two players even made the conference finals, the MVP and the clutch player of the year. Individual dominance is seemingly become a little less significant in today's era. Yet those same players that put those great individual numbers, they're expected to win. And I mean rings where nobody really cares.
To say one championship.
Will there be an upset in round one?
You definitely expect one of that.
Today's video is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The NBA Finals. Well, they're here. The DraftKings was to make sure you maximize your experience, and they're back with an offer you really can't miss. All new customers can bet just $5. And if your bet wins, you'll take home $300 in bonus bets. It's really that simple. If you want to do something with that $300 in bonus bets, try DraftKings same game parlays, where you can find multiple bets from the exact same game, but not at a much bigger pay. If you love the thrill of live betting, DraftKings has you covered. You bet on live in-process games right as they happen. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6, where you can win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers use my Sportsbook switch out. Please use $5 input to get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's promo code switch out. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Exactly what you want coming into this game. Tone setting right here early. Love that tenacity.
James passes to Gilgeous Alexander.
I just told my friends, like, there's so many friends chasing
He's got the ability to damage inside and out. SGA.
I want to go. Talking about
It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul.
I agree. In sports. I made a video like 2 months ago titled How Kevin Durant Suddenly Became Irrelevant. And no, it wasn't a jam at KD. KD's one of my favorite players. He's a PG County legend. I love KD. But I've never seen a player more impacted by this new age of ring culture like him. You know KD displayed the ugliest example of ring chasing we've ever seen. And still, it's left his legacy full of tad bit empty. Two rings,
AD being sent out to try to find out where the defense is.
but no real home. Still not the respect that he clearly deserves. And still with these numbers in like year 17, He's likely going to be on his third team in 6 years over this team. All of this seems like the ultimate insult of brain culture. Now, this was inspired by Stephen A. Smith saying this about Giannis. Even if you don't necessarily rock with the way Kevin Durant won his NBA championships, nobody can take away these moments. He brings taste and it worked. Nobody would talk about the other side.
The Hawks need to get one up here. The three ball. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound.
And
he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
But notice how the tone could be in the Lakers. He went from this to basically after 2 or 3 months, this is a much better version of the ball.
Your best player now is Luka Doncic is out of shape. It's great what you did in Dallas. But the difference is, in Los Angeles, we expect championship.
Because, listen, I get on my knees every night and pray for someone to believe in me like Daryl Morey believed in you.
This video right here seems like it's been proven right and wrong back and forth. But ultimately and currently, it's right. James Harden forced himself out of Houston in a disgusting way when he felt like he couldn't win there. And 3 years later, he's in the exact same situation. Multiple different teams that never won. Didn't play up to par, arguably with every single team. And ultimately, the pursuit of that one ring that he never won, still to this day, they spent the common denominator of all the teams that he never won. It's going to be scary. So it's going to be scary. For us.
How much has Russell's legacy been hurt by this?
Not at all. And here's why. Because Russell Westbrook's legacy is not going to be about winning.
Russell Westbrook, he's now played on 5 teams in his OKC years. There, nobody really had faith that Russ was ever going to win a championship. But in the same breath, nobody punished him for it. Russell's legacy took a hit. Look at when he left OKC. And the change in scenery, and really the personnel not being specifically dedicated to him, it highlighted stuff that we otherwise gave him a pass to. A lot of those same high-turnover, inefficient games that Russ had in OKC, it just made more sense because he played in OKC.
I had to call Rob and then tell him, I apologize for being a young player and wanted to everything as at his fingertips, and I wanted everything to be
First quarter basketball.
on my threshold. I'm the guy that loves to jump out he's doing that and tries to do the best thing in the world for the team. It's something that's not for many people.
After leaving Cleveland, the storyline and the narrative behind Kyrie's whole career basically did everything without LeBron. 6 years ago, when this happened, it feelings so bad, not only because of Paul's other side, but also the team Kawhi. Kawhi went to the championship team, obviously for lifestyle purposes, he's from LA, but also what did look like it would be better on paper, but it wasn't. If Kawhi left, that team had one of the best defenses of this decade to date. Kawhi left, that team had the second best record in the league. That team almost made the conference finals without him. Imagine if he was there in that.
I wanted to really tell him to do at this moment is to really just stay solid. Just leave it. It's going to leave a sour taste in all the fans' mouth. And I totally understand from the situation in Orlando what that would feel like. So just stay put for a little bit, young.
The White Power leaving Orlando, in my opinion, that's basically the reason he didn't make the top 75. Anybody that saw those days live knows the White Power deserved one of those spots. But again, what exactly happened when you don't succeed and you will see to get that money?
Tired of waiting for payday? On an app, get some paid support. You can get up to $150 per day with max of $750 per days. No interest and no credit checks. So whether you need cash for bills and groceries today, or you're planning for tomorrow, earn in helps you get the most out of every day.
This happens with Kobe. They targeted the Rockets. They look like the most innovative team of all time with the league.
nostalgic for being outdated. He jumps around from team to team. But essentially, your legacy will become to be tarnished. You know, player in the college that eventually all started at this job, and this group right here. But what helped LeBron get him with this is the fact that he made these moves, and he also won all of these moves. Now that we have close to 15 years of this new player in college, the biggest to me is now been exposed. The moment he embraced it and basically followed within that path, and Daniel's still the soldier. He knows he should have made that. You get praised, and your past organization looks like they were holding you back. But when you lose, basically your legacy is tied with your decision to leave and the fact that you never won. Especially if you get past people
are happy to see you fail. Absolutely.
Based on all the reports, he's now expected again to see these. The reason I think Kevin Durant is a prime example of great coaching being exposed is look at this man's team every single year post Golden State. 2019, looks like it's Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. 2021, looks like trying to make things work and get James Harden. It's 2022 summer, Kevin Durant works out. 2023 deadline, Kevin Durant gets traded. Last year, we obviously had a break, but now, right back in 2025, Kevin Durant team, we're back in the league with a splash move that's somehow has put around. LeBron won championships. Like I said, as the team is going, those coaches, David Griffin, infamously talked about his time with LeBron and how chaotic it was. The teams in the NBA Finals right now, they may not be the most experienced teams, but the one thing those teams have is continuity. Indy, they really didn't get too many moves from last year. KC, they made small incremental moves that proved to be significant. The 22 Warriors, they obviously had championship and reps together. The 2023 Nuggets, they had reps and experience together. The 2024 Boston Celtics, they didn't get broken up and they had reps and experience together. You tell me when's the last time one of these type of teams actually won an NBA championship? If you guys like this video, let me know in the comment section how was that and you feel about rain culture. Like I said, I understand everybody pursuing and trying to get one of their best situation. If you don't win, it does come with risks. I'm not going to be precise. For the occasion, we'll finish the battle until the next time.
Leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. What has them in front right now? By and large, they're taking great shots. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Before we get to game 5, shout out to the big 3, man. We're going to keep y'all updated. Rolling clip. That was wild the first weekend, man.
And our coverage of Game 7 continues. Intense atmosphere right now. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Bulls? You figured they might want to come out and run and invade the body shot. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
Yeah,
also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that. Really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
On the floor for Atlanta, they've got Stephen Curry, and it's Ewing.
That was crazy,
and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
In the history of the game, James Harden gets to the line as well as anyone we've ever seen.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. That one falls.
I mean,
Bucks trail by 8.
Chris Evans to a lot of my dog JC.
shout out to JC. I already had that.
Cincinnati beat.
Assist led him to the lane.
There are only a few players that would hit a teammate like that.
Nah, man, they was wilding, man. That is crazy, dude. Yeah, we gotta talk about it.
He put the ball in his chest.
Left side Tatum. Out to James.
That's good.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another shot. Tipped away.
That's a good nigga.
Hey, my boy Pierce his nose with speed pressure. That was crazy. Man, let's get to the score, please.
It's James on the wing.
That was wild, man. The right man, first weekend.
James has got 10.
And We know that LeBron has continued to work on his shot throughout his career.
They had Q over there sweating. It was the whole night, bro. It was going down the whole night. Yeah, the energy was out of pocket, man. LA Rock lose their first game in the victory, man. 50-44 to Miami 3-05. Mike Beasley, who got in at 21-9. Lance had 16 before he was ejected. JC, about 20 alumni, had 19, and the White had 10 and 7. Crazy game.
Coach potentially looking to adjust.
All right, man. The Detroit Ed took care of the triplets. Jump Johnson going crazy, bro. The clip. 30P, something slight. Starting off slow. Going crazy. Excuse me. Oh, is that my boy Amir?
The Bulls make
O'Neal's
checked in. And the change for the Hawks.
Hey.
Irving's checked in.
You know what that is, Mitty? Yeah. Everybody have a bucket. You get a bucket. He was fucking Montrez up. Yeah, Christmas tree. The trees in the phone. Sorry, man. He was like everybody was on 2K14 going crazy. Yeah. Amir was so tired.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played.
Oh, yeah. He gets in my spot.
Pass to Anthony.
I know what it is. Hey. Oh, man. He's too good, bro. 3-3. And he missed like his first up shot. He was going up for the flop. And he said, yeah, quit telling me that my people won't see me.
He knows he can score.
For sure. Chris Hill had 8. He had a good guy. Oh, yeah. He got 17 as well. Johnson, Johnson, man. Healed out. All right, man. The Houston Rockets took care of the utility. 50-46, man. Zach Jack. Not like what happened after the game, man. Lock on him.
Anthony.
How many subscriptions do you have?
Probably just Netflix and Spotify.
Alright, it's saying you have 13 subscriptions, which is costing you around $250 a month. What? You can cancel the ones you don't want right through the app, and it can even help you try and get a refund.
The teardrop. Got a hand on it. It's stolen by Curry. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his third foul so far.
Picks up his third foul. We'll see now what coach decides to do from here.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here.
Last leading by 7. Hey, you know what's crazy? Shout out to the alumni. Matt, that's what we're going to come in. They should not be in those fast. That was making the biggest mistake.
It's his job to set the tone offensively.
Down now. God damn motherfucker. Damn.
There's Anthony. The defense there.
What he doing? He set the record in that ball to 520 hits.
That one's off.
I said,
Feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one.
This is crazy, but y'all heard why he had 19. Frank Nitty had 14, and Ford had 17 and 12. Dallas Power took care of the Boston Ball Hawks. We were right through the ball. That was 23-8. Shout out to Moose Man, Greg Malone had 16. Chris Johnson had 23-7. And Jonathan Simmons had 19-6. All right, man.
With the drive, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And there's a nasty game, man. Shout out to the big three, man. Y'all starting off the weekend. Y'all starting off the friends. Yeah, y'all people gonna be locked in next week. It's gonna be like hockey. That's what they think. Y'all getting the hockey, bro.
Harden in sync with his teammates, and he's looking to create whatever he can.
What do you mean by that?
Everybody plays. Magic City here.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And he drops it first.
It's something else to be a teammate of Irving's. What a generational talent.
And the Hawks making a change here. Bulls leading by 8.
That's the big looking though, man. Y'all start pressing Q about.
Up top, Westbrook. He's guarded by Irving.
Shaking the damn start to finish. They're not big three, mom. Everybody was about to G4.
All right, man. We got other W, man. The real is back.
Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game.
Come on, man. This is just, you know what I'm saying? These
are his first free throws of the game.
It's probably
For making a more concerted effort to get to
nobody's going to be doing that.
Nobody.
Hey,
And the second free throw is good.
Melo undoubtedly still the leader of this team in terms of they need to calm it down and they need some offense.
What are we talking about?
Not too much, but he is one of them for sure. Here's Gilmore. Six to shoot. Pass to Tatum. Fade away.
Talking about body language, you be having that body right there. Hey man, see you trying to take care of them. He gets the first loss of the season, but on 2 to 88. He had 32, 9, and 8, almost to the dubs to bring crazy with 34 and 4. And then so I like actually thought that Austin better than yours.
There are always adjustments you can make.
Yeah, I got disappointed. You know what I'm saying? One of the coaches, but you took that L. First off, the season, man. Yeah, the rail is back. Also, the league took care of the Sparks. Built the ass on the road NBA MVP. The pizza, sir. She went off of people. Her name is still wrong. She respect that queen. The pizza collar had 32, 86. Kelsey Plum had 20 and 4. Didn't matter, not enough. The paperwork girl showed up, but still took that nail. I'm not. As far as I'm done with back to the journey. It is, but my favorite white girl, my favorite team. Yeah, Black Hornets. I'm done with it. The bar keeps taking care of the story. Side with my without me anyway. I'm back. The Vikings been they started off rough. They've been hooping, man. It was always the past 2 seasons. Stay on. I know it's such a safety. The Vikings about Golden State. Golden State. 22 and 12. Now it's Tyree. That's the thing about Kyrie. Scott is going to win it as well.
He's covered by O'Neal.
All right, man. The Scott and his son. Yeah, Andrew Reese.
Here's Anthony.
11, 13, and
defensively, Carmelo Anthony a scoring.
Yeah, nasty cookie game for 78-66. He took care of business, man. Youngest player, the second youngest player ever season with a double. Only heard as a podcast took a double. So far this season. So shout out to Andrew Reese. Shout out to the B-Downs. Be here with Bauer this weekend.
I hate to go to the top three.
Melo can just go right through any sort of contact.
Shout out to DDG.
We've
been hooping for years. That's some nasty
Showing more aggression here in the second quarter. Working himself to the line.
Big Bucks on off for a long time. You know, hey, run the clip, man. Shout out to be here, man.
And Anthony drops them both.
Well, Melo undoubtedly still the leader of this team in terms of when they need to calm it down, they need some offense. He's the guy they're going to look to score it.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Great touch from deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Here's Sharman.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Andrew Reese, man. Triple double.
And he gives up some size inside.
Yeah,
makes a
way crazy.
great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
It's not hate.
Give him 8.
I saw a green light there because he's not going to get away with that kind of lap.
That's a me, but
Shout out to Ricky Davis.
Respect,
The Mercury took care of the Aces, man. The Aces struggling, man. Struggling to get up here for them. 76-70. So Tabali in favor. Yeah, had 22 and 9. Chelsea Gray had 22 as well.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gray. That's the year.
Shots
Ain't
blocked.
really around my
That's
team.
out of bounds.
Oh my
Chicago
God.
retained possession.
Oh my God.
To that aggressive
There you
swat.
go.
You know that block has him and his teammates
Let's go.
all pumped up. That is what playoff
That's what we
basketball
do.
is all about.
Superstar that. Snatch. Superstar. Watch me with it. Watch me, Nana. Ain't nothing. So it's all here, but
There's
see what's
49
going
seconds left
Watch
to
me.
play in the first
Watch
half.
me with it.
Here's Irving. Rejected by Westbrook.
And Russell just bringing it right now.
Nah, for sure.
So yeah, see that's not a push
Just a
I see that,
superb
bro.
read on defense to come up with the
That's
block.
about a blank
This
mind
is
of
the
art. So.
elevated energy level you expect in the postseason.
Same kind
Chasing down blocks and making
Yeah, I remember.
making an impact.
.43 seconds left in the second quarter. Back to Anthony. O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got 4 rebounds in the game. And the ball out of play. The Hawks will have it. 24 seconds left in the second period. Irving against Westbrook. Outside Irving. Pass to Malone. With 4 on the clock. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And so it's Chicago with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Well, it's clear the defensive focus was to shut down Kyrie Irving, because so far it's working. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm joined now by...
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
And it's the 2K halftime show, Game 7, and the story so far.
They've had a lot of success in transition, running for their lives like a turkey in November. Bark, bark, bark.
I don't know that that's a great comparison or a good turkey sound effect. Neither is that. Checking out the circumstances for the Chicago Bulls. It all comes down to a decisive Game 7. Guys, what's it going to take for them to close out this series?
You can't leave anything in the tank. Approach it like you're playing for your life, because in some ways you are.
And you can't get sloppy and waste a bunch of possessions. You got to keep that focus.
No question. Let's get it. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Great to have you with us again as we return to our coverage of round 1. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And we'll have a timeout call by Billy Donovan. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Westbrook with it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's LeBron James, and it's Malone in at the center position. That's the group for Billy Donovan getting going here.
Trump is not allowed to be in office beyond January the 20th on the morning of in 2029. In the Supreme Court has already ruled that Donald Trump is immune from official acts, but can be prosecuted for unofficial acts. So the Supreme Court has basically granted immunity to the president, which in the Supreme Court says the
Shot clock at 6.
by virtue a Democratic president to claim committed Joe Biden didn't try any of that right after the dangerous ruling in July of 2024. When he's no longer president, he is Citizen Trump, and he can't be prosecuted by the courts. That's what Donald Trump wants to avoid.
And so Westbrook nails
cannot serve beyond January 2029. The only way that he can stay in office
pass to Allen, launches a 3,
is he launches in a coup.
Allen's got 9 points.
He tried
way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way
called January 6th. He tried and failed. Didn't discourage the writers
Westbrook taking his time
continuing to cause damage or to risk the lives of all these people.
Outside.
Didn't even bring in the National Guard to quash the rebellion in the insurrection on January 6th. Now, if you can't usher in an insurrection,
Kyrie Irving being unselfish there, making a nice play for his
only hope of staying in power is to create a crisis and declare national emergency and declare martial law, and the military are roaming the streets of America.
Free throws of the night right here.
He purposely wants mass protests.
There's one simple.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the sustained greatness of LeBron James, just something when you take a step back, you really marvel at. We truly have been witness this to something special.
Even though they're peacefully protesting, Donald Trump is going to claim that they're causing civil unrest. If it's civil unrest, he's going to declare a national emergency. He's going to declare martial law, and the military is in the streets. Now the Marines will deploy to Los Angeles, the Marines.
Has blossomed into this forceful guard.
The U.S. Army and the Marines were deployed to quash the protest, to quash the dissent against the dictator authoritarian Trump. Donald Trump does not tolerate dissent anymore. He's trying to stay in office. People think
Westbrook scoring, it comes
he's trying to make it past the midst. But the Democrats in America wins the midst.
Free throw attempts. And he'll take his third
He's still in office for 2 more years. So now, even though the people have fought back, and Donald Trump has pissed off Elon Musk to win the election with the Starlink satellite technology, because he and his own rewards happened. He was going to be thought if Donald Trump didn't win the election. Donald Trump was just, he used of trying to avoid prison. So Elon gave him $250 million. Elon rigged the election with the Starlink technology to inflate vote counts, and voting machines. Democrats were up there, and then suddenly all the red votes came in. So people voting loaded down the ballot in the presidential election, loaded their votes for Trump. Now, the election was rigged. And Donald Trump didn't want to hold the inauguration outdoors because he had zero support. And Donald Trump, in his own words, said, "Thank you, Elon, for manipulating the computers."
Is that a good number from
in the election? He rigged the election. He rigged the election. He had pizza. He lost his son. He can't even shut up about when the election was rigged. And that's why during inauguration, he said, the inauguration indoors because, it's bad weather to be outside.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the
clock. Well, it's because he didn't have any support, and Kamala sold out arenas, and Donald Trump, he could barely fill out.
Westbrook outside. To the middle.
He is
that one comes off the assist by Westbrook.
And Donald Trump is a complete and utter
fourth assist in this one. Irving for three.
People do well.
Chicago with a rebound. Malone's got 6
the average person does well in Donald Trump's America.
Gilgeous Alexander against Irving.
And there would be no civil unrest you can manufacture.
Now here's Gilgeous Alexander.
Stay in office beyond January 20, 2029. That is the end.
Gilgeous Alexander, fantastic concentration.
At what point?
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes on. Irving for three. And the three-pointer goes.
There's a huge outcry over this popular bill.
Defensively,
that's why they were passing it through the Sunday
Anthony, the pass to Ewing.
In the morning of the next day, because
Irving with
it was a terrible, unpopular package.
And Russell Westbrook pulls it down.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but quite plenty of room.
So much of what can happen.
Gilgeous Alexander feeling it out a bit.
It can happen.
The drive by Shea.
And
now in the 11-point Chicago lead.
They're finding ways to get the ball
This is not really about
consecutive
returns. I believe this is about holding power beyond
and the dunk to finish it off. Oh,
beauty.
Forget about attempting the long-range three to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
That was sweet. Now, here is James.
Of the United States of America, and they do not hold their allegiances to the orange menace, the authoritarian strongman,
Malone's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Allen gets it to go. 11 points in the game.
He's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
It's fine.
Gilgeous Alexander passes to James.
To
And
keep
that
the
comes off
Lewis
the assist by
in the
Gilgeous
military,
Alexander.
but
And the Bulls lead by 10.
that was quickly a civil war.
That time, they
$100
settled.
complimented. The Proud Boys, and basically all the people that were partying for January 6th, one of the biggest disgraces
The
ever.
more he tries to shoot his way out of
These
this
people that
slump,
were
the worse
partying
it seems to
these
get. They
January
need him to get it
6ers,
together.
they're all the people working lights.
Oh, he missed the layup.
They're the
He had it
people
with pump fake.
that are not
So
sure
Gilgeous
their
Alexander with
credentials.
it. He brings it up for the Bulls.
They're not even ICE agents.
55
People,
seconds left in the third.
people are
And
being
that one goes. Now
kidnapped
10 for
by
13 on the
January
night.
6th
How
by
awesome
Proud
is it
Boys
to watch the
members
best of the best start to dominate in a game?
without
Pass to
any
Malone.
warrant from the court. People's rights in due
Irving
process
against Westbrook.
have been violated. We already have had people sent out to El Salvador,
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half.
That was wrongfully sent there.
James can't get it to go.
Trump administration admitted it was so called mistake.
What range from downtown? Allen's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game.
You're clearly rich if you can afford to just ignore the $3,200 you can claim right now. All Medicaid and Medicare recipients can claim $3,200 right from the states through what they're calling the Senior Wellness Program. It comes in the form of a health benefit card that is loaded with $3,200.
Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. It's the Bulls leading by 7. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway.
We're going out the road again, Brendas. But most people, they're targeting
non-violent,
non-criminals. They're the hard-working people that you see working construction and working harvest fields. These are the people
the coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice plays, improvising, and organic.
To facilitate chaos.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Create the economic conditions of billionaires start flying up even for the properties, even for stocks.
Carmelo Anthony out there with Kyrie Irving, and it's Sharman Bennett shooting guard.
Incredibly wealthy
fantastic three-point shooter.
The Great Recession and the COVID pandemic. It's not during times of recession and depression, billionaires fly up everything that they use. Keep the tax breaks, there's no point. This is about acquiring more assets into their portfolios that were formerly owned by Americans. So these home foreclosures, so now these are going to be brought up by BlackRock, for example.
Tatum way outside.
So this is about making the billionaires wealthy, but the billionaires thrive off of times of crisis.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get
I had some, during 2020, Donald Trump was trying to usher in martial law. I didn't do a video about this in 2020. He really wanted to usher in martial law. He wanted to say national guard to go around and beat up all the Black Lives Matter protesters. So, Donald Trump shows his dictatorial urges to quash and peaceful protests. Black Lives Matter was peaceful. Folks, they didn't go out and burn every city. It was only like 5% of the city. It was few crisis centers. That was it. It wasn't all Black Lives Matter. It was burning Minneapolis, all the cities down to the ground. But that's not what happened. DOJ, I'm not sure why it failed in the first place, but it certainly did want to usher in martial law. If he was contemplating usher, then he absolutely will do so in order to try to stay in office beyond 2028, because again, Mr. Trump is going to be held responsible for his crimes and charges by the court system. Now we click on this link here. It says we couldn't find the page. It's unavailable. So there was something deep shit, and there was something that people don't want to talk about. I clicked on the martial law link, and then suddenly, real slow. Okay, he's back on you. He's back on you.
Sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. Coach had a direct message from the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see you.
Great work, Allie.
The FC report is not released because Donald Trump's name is in it. Sunday, everyone is like, release an exit report, release an exit report. Donald Trump is in Epstein report.
Like the whole team knew they were going to get out to the transition.
Jerry Epstein, you know, Donald Trump put on big time because there was a foul raping a pussy after an 8-9. This guy is sick. This guy is sick.
Westbrook with the assist. James has got 19 points.
Cool, calm,
But you see this deploy the Marines, deploy the Army to crush the descendants.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final
Let's
quarter
keep
of
the spotlight
regulation.
away from
Really
the
getting away
X.
with one there. No one on
What
it.
you
That's going to be
see by Donald Trump in LA is a diversion tactic to divert the public's attention away from the Epstein report.
6 on the shot clock.
That's not a reason why this works.
The rebound by Atlanta.
This is purely experimental. He's getting ready to put in those grades. Stay office beyond 2028. He has to be ready.
Jams it home with authority.
Yeah, and for Towns, great awareness at the offensive end.
Downfield,
Now here's Gilgeous Alexander. He's guarded closely. And here's James. Fires the three. Good rebound by Malone.
And
over 3.5 minutes into the final quarter now. Anthony, pass to Sharman. Oh, it's blocked by Gilgeous Alexander. The shot by Towns, no good. Bulls leading by 3.
I believe.
Now James.
Yeah, just enough. Well, here's a plan
Towns with the block.
And look at that reach. I mean, Towns just say no.
To prevent this from
Here's Irving. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
Appreciate the mentality of Kyrie at this point, embracing the moment. He'll take the big shot.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He is not messing around.
He will
Calling them
certainly try to stay in office beyond 2028 with the pretext of us being Marshall.
They held a 12-point lead earlier.
And you're as explosive as Russell
Westbrook is.
Very
That
tough for the
the
defense
plan is going to fail from
what's
the
coming
get.
at him.
Hopefully we don't see civil war in a fighting between certain factions of the two. Donald Trump is endgame is to be the first dictator of America.
Hawks trail by 3. And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul.
Hopefully guys have a heart attack before they ever
We
get
have to take another look at that block.
This guy does have the public.
Intensity in that block.
That's why it's
some extra aggressive defense
He
out
does
there.
really have the majority of the public. Now what I'm worried about
Here's
is
Irving. Allen
these
outside.
Proud Boys people, the right niggas have
Basket is good. Nice
the
setup for
military
Irving.
equipment.
Irving's got assist
The
number
right
5 here tonight.
niggas and the Proud Boys and the right wing recruitment into the
He's getting stronger.
U.S. Army
Now here's O'Neal.
is going to mean that the right wing are going to have all of the
Outside
semi-auto
Gilgeous Alexander.
weapons.
Ooh, stolen by Allen.
So that's
It's
something
an
that
even 3-on-3 break.
does have
Here's
my
Ewing.
concern
Nice
as
pass,
well.
nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
James.
He will never get to that
Banks on the
point.
layup. James has
And
got
but
5
for
points now in
anyone
the
who
quarter.
wants to
Wow, and there's a
create
reason
peace against the United States and make their own team
in those moments.
and dictate America,
Loose. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook.
if the Falcons get
Outside
kicked
Gilgeous
out,
Alexander.
then we're going to
Look at Gilgeous
close down
Alexander.
for once and
Running
for
to the
all.
cup.
And
All
SGA
of
is
you
used to
guys
bearing these
are
kind of
going to
big
be
time
proud,
shots, just an
accountable
outstanding leader
by the
for this
of
team.
law in America.
Ewing.
We held
Away. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook.
Those electronic engineers might have just solved one of the biggest problems with air conditioning. The big AC companies hate this, but there's nothing they can do.
A big moment like that, great focus and courage in the clutch.
To the paint. Malone can't get it to go. Chicago has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. And it's James with the jam.
LeBron James, one of the best ever to do it.
It's going to end in failure again. We the people kicked Donald Trump out of office in 2020. We the people were never out in the streets protesting anything Joe Biden.
Carmelo Anthony with the game changer.
There are two mass protests in America like a Joe Biden that we see in Donald Trump right now.
Can't get it to go.
It was something that outraged the public that made it worthwhile to protest.
Pass to James.
And Donald Trump's words caused civil unrest.
James, no good.
This is pretty lucky about Donald Trump.
Here's Malone. Deflected.
He didn't call out police brutality or anything. If Donald Trump did, he was saying he would hold the police accountable. The police brutality against black people.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. The rebound by Atlanta.
In 2020, Donald Trump simply denounced the violence of the police and the white supremacist recruitment into the police against America. Donald Trump is the reason.
Fourth quarter. Down low. Here's Ewing. Got a piece of it. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
11 seconds left in the fourth. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
For three, Allen. Offensive board. Takes a three. And nails the tray. Here's Westbrook. And there's the foul. It'll go on Kyrie Irving. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he'll sit the rest of this one out.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
And so both free throws good. And it's a 4-point ball game. Timeout called, the Hawks. Here's Curry. They've won it. Next up, conference semifinals. And what a way to cap off a riveting series in round one. They seem to feed off the pressure of this Game 7.
Well, they had to put a lot of energy into winning this series. They'll be a little worn down physically, but from a mental standpoint, they'll be riding high after battling so hard to win this series.
And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And let's reveal our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone. Is there a better way to go?
We will be bringing you 2K TV Interactive. All questions and the VC you get from answering correctly are presented by Hotels.com.
This is an award show, so let's start with a question about some wins. What do you think, Alexis?
I like it.
Which NBA team won the most games in the 2024-25 regular season?